WWE Women's Champion and first ever Crown Jewel Women's Champion. Her journey.
Liv Morgan opens up about struggling to recover from major WWE injury. WWE superstar Liv Morgan recently shared a deeply personal account of her challenging journey to recovery after suffering a dislocated shoulder in 2023, an injury that caused her to take several months off from the ring. The former women's world champion, who had been a regular fixture on WWE programming, was forced to step away from her passion for a period of time that would test both her physical strength and mental resilience. In a candid conversation with Eric LeGrand on the Cup of Believe podcast, Morgan opened up about the difficulties she faced during her rehabilitation, describing how tough the process was and how it impacted her in ways she had never anticipated. Before undergoing surgery to repair her shoulder, Morgan had never been in a position where she had to rely on others for basic tasks. As she admitted, the thought of recovery was daunting, and she quickly realized how much she had taken for granted in her daily life. In the beginning, I needed help with everything, Morgan shared. I wasn't able to dress or undress, brush my hair, or put my hair up. The realization of being dependent on others was especially difficult for Morgan, who had been used to being in control of her life, both in and outside the ring. As an accomplished athlete and one of WWE's top stars, she had spent years performing in front of millions of fans and taking care of herself physically to stay at the top of her game. Being sidelined, however, turned out to be more than just a physical challenge. It was a mental one as well. For the first time in her career, Morgan found herself sitting at home, unable to perform in the ring, and disconnected from the world she had known for so long. Mentally, it was a big adjustment because I was so used to being on TV every week and being at WWE, she explained. Sitting at home for the first time in my career was different. I didn't even know how I liked to spend my time. The mental strain was compounded by the fact that Morgan had never experienced the type of surgery she was undergoing. Having never been under the knife before, the uncertainty of the healing process was another obstacle that added to the emotional toll. Unlike the controlled, physical recovery she had undergone after minor injuries in the past, this time it was an entirely new and more invasive challenge that she was navigating. One of the toughest moments for Morgan was realizing just how much time she would need to fully recover. After her surgery, she had to take a step back and let her body heal, something she was not used to. As a high-performance athlete, Morgan's career has always revolved around pushing her body to its limits. Sitting still, being unable to do the things she loved, felt alien to her. But she learned to accept that recovery would take time, and it was something she couldn't rush. Throughout her healing journey, Morgan found herself grappling with the sense of identity that comes with being a professional wrestler. WWE is not just a job for her. It's been a defining part of her life. Being away from the ring made her question how she spent her time outside of work, and it was a profound period of self-reflection. I didn't even know how I liked to spend my time, she said. The emotional aspect of her recovery was just as demanding as the physical, forcing her to face the reality of a career that had been temporarily paused. But even in the darkest days of her rehabilitation, Morgan's resolve began to solidify. She found new ways to occupy her time, including focusing on self-care and reestablishing the mental and emotional strength needed to return to the ring. While she spent time reflecting on her personal growth, she was also eagerly looking ahead to her eventual return to the WWE Universe, knowing that her comeback would be all the more special after such a long and challenging period of recovery. Now, as she has successfully healed and is back in action, Morgan's recovery journey serves as a testament to her strength and determination. Despite the hardships she faced, Liv Morgan emerged from this chapter of her career even stronger, proving that resilience is key in both the ring and in life. Her story also sheds light on the unseen struggles that professional athletes often face when injuries occur, and how they go through intense physical and mental challenges just to return to doing what they love. As Liv Morgan continues to impress her fans with her resilience, her journey of overcoming the shoulder injury reminds us all of the importance of patience, self-compassion, and the mental toughness required to face life's most difficult hurdles. As Liv Morgan moves forward in her career, Fans can expect to see the same fiery determination that has made her a WWE superstar, but now with an even greater appreciation for the journey she's been through. Liv Morgan reflects on overcoming shoulder injury and excitement for strong return to WWE. WWE superstar Liv Morgan has been open about the significant challenges she faced following her shoulder injury in 2023, but her journey to recovery has ultimately strengthened her resolve. The former women's world champion, who was sidelined for several months due to a dislocated shoulder, recently shared her experiences with Eric LeGrand on the Cup of Believe podcast, detailing both the physical and emotional hurdles she encountered during her rehabilitation. However, despite the struggles, Morgan is now excited to return to WWE stronger than ever. The injury forced Morgan to step away from the ring and take time off for the first time in her career. Having always been an active presence on WWE programming, it was a difficult adjustment for her, as she was unable to participate in the events that had been central to her life for years. It was definitely a challenge, she admitted, highlighting the profound impact the injury had on her both physically and mentally. During her recovery, Morgan faced moments of vulnerability that tested her in ways she had never imagined. She recalled the initial phase of her recovery, when she needed help with even the simplest tasks, like getting dressed, brushing her hair, and putting it up. Having always prided herself on being independent and self-sufficient, being dependent on others was a humbling experience. In the beginning, I needed help with everything. I wasn't able to dress or undress, brush my hair, or put my hair up, Morgan said. Beyond the physical limitations, the mental aspect of recovery was equally challenging. Being away from the WWE ring for the first time in her career led Morgan to a period of self-reflection. Sitting at home and being disconnected from her familiar routine was an unfamiliar feeling. Mentally, it was a big adjustment because I was so used to being on TV every week and being at WWE, she explained. Sitting at home for the first time in my career was different. I didn't even know how I liked to spend my time. However, despite the difficulties, Morgan's journey through recovery wasn't one she faced alone. She was quick to acknowledge the amazing support system that helped her through the tough times. From family to friends and colleagues, Morgan had a network of people who encouraged her every step of the way. I had such a great support system, she said. I was so excited to come back to work and be stronger than ever. Her support system proved invaluable as Morgan pushed through the toughest parts of her rehabilitation.
If you love your father, then subscribe the channel, and those who love me show your love by liking and subscribing.